Pickaxe.
Welcome, cast and crew, behind the scenes of Nocturne. My name is Ryan McManus, and I will be your director for today's behind the scenes, but not actually directing a game. I'm just so used to my normal intro. You can find me running the Cast Party socials at Cast Party D&D or on my personals at Ryan.McManus. And I have adapted the golf commentator voice that we were just using earlier to make fun of May during her Elden Ring stream. And it doesn't look like it's stopping. On par for 9, we have Vince.
Hello, my name is Vincent Perino. You could find me at Dr. Stoice on all socials. You could also find me in the background of May's soon-to-be failing Elden Ring stream, I believe. We will see if she can beat Bale at this stream or not. On to the next.
Just hit a birdie. We have Christian.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. My name is Christian Carlson. You can find me at my socials at Captain Carlson. That's captain.carlson or cpt.carlson, depending on the social media source. And yes, there is a lot of discourse about whether or not May LaFay will be successful in the boss fight, but I think what some of my fellow commentators have failed to take into account is the experience. I think that while raw skill alone is a difficult measure, experience plays a lot of role in Elden Ring. I expect to see a very strategic and very well-fought fight, but I imagine May LaFay will come out on top. Thank you. On to the next.
Just hit an actual birdie. May.
Take that, Christian. I'm not sure about the energy we've created in the studio tonight. But my name's May. I'm the one they're talking about, I guess. And that's why I don't have the announcer voice. This is the banging my head against the wall playing Elden Ring voice. And I'm May LaFay on social media, including Twitch, where I do that thing.
And here for his very first behind the scenes episode, we have Jose.
Buenas tardes, amigos y amigas de Cast Party Deportes. Hoy vamos a hablar de Elden Ring. May LaFay va a intentar lo más que pueda con su whatever your class is. And esperamos lo mejor para May LaFay and Elden Ring DLC. Muchas gracias. Anyways, you can follow me on DM Jose G on all socials. Thank you very much.
Gracias.
The Spanish commentators are always better.
All right, well, we are here. This kind of worked out pretty great, everybody, because we were going to do, well, not really.
Excuse me?
Sorry.
That's how we're starting.
Right out the gate. Hey, guys.
So we were blessing everyone. Honestly, let me get hands on chat.
Only this part. We were going to do these every 10 episodes. And here's the thing. So we finished 1 through 10 and we were going to do 11 through 20. But we ended up being too excited about playing through the feast that we recorded episode 21. And now a major event happened and we're like, okay, we have to stop and pause and take a breather and talk about episode 11 through 21. I am not going to go back and do my whole recap of the last 11 episodes, so we can just go.
It's a really long poem. We got like a Shakespearean 3-act poem, you know?
Jesus.
Silence.
It's all
Darkness
in iambic.
takes over.
Enter stage
We
left.
can, however, start from episode 10 or 11. Actually, no, 11. Duh. So 11, shockingly enough, is the first time you guys set foot in Vallaki. And it is wild that we have done 10, 11 episodes in Vallaki right now already.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's been 2 days.
That many?
Yeah, we spent some. Okay, to be fair, we have killed some time in Vallaki. Okay,
We killed more than time.
Vallaki is supposed to be like the first major city. I mean, this is a big place. So there's a lot to do. So I expected there to be a good chunk of episodes in here. But we are just going back to the whole, May is absolutely right. This is not going to be 30 episodes in total, and we are going to go for way fucking longer. So
I made a promise.
Promise for how many episodes?
Not to me, but to the viewers,
more.
to my fans.
it's to the community.
This is for my fans.
I told them they would have more, and I got
This
them
is for
more.
you, chat. We're never ending.
Chat, can I get W's right quick?
Oh, shit.
Oh, but yeah, you guys arrived in Vallaki, And the very first thing you saw was a good old parade and the start of the Baron's tyrannical fear-mongering. And then we were interrupted by our lovely new cast member, Jose, playing Alizzato, who came with a warning and interrupted the heck out of y'all.
Yeah, dude. That's what I do.
Jose, I can't even begin to describe how excited everyone is to see you back at the table and as a player. And myself, I love playing with you, Jose, so much.
Same. Thank you.
And first off, thank you for joining us just as a whole. But also, it's so much fun to see you on the other side of things, you know? So it's just been a blast. Everyone loves Alizzato so much, and just having you back in general. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. It's you guys are. It was very intimidating because I was like, oh, they're definitely in a couple episodes now, but you guys were very fun and very welcoming, and chaos ensued from that point onward. So I'm sorry if I've also had a heavy hand to play in that, but hey, you came to my town. Like I've been doing shit how I've been doing shit.
We showed up to your place. We
don't
started
even
doing
go
my
there.
place, and I don't even wear shoes in this freaking place.
We
so.
tracked mud in, and that was probably the best thing that we could have done. I think that made it better for you.
Good.
Throw all expectations out the window when coming into Vallaki.
Listen, you had to teach us manners, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm pissed, and I got to smile about it. But yeah, it's awesome, and yeah, it's really fun. It's really neat to see how people being like, "Oh, Jose is on the other side now," and it's like, "Oh, how cool!" Like, let's see what we can do on this end. So yeah, very fun. Thank you for inviting me. Always a pleasure to play with you guys, and always a pleasure to be a part of this entire thing. It's one of the greatest things in my life.
Oh, but yeah, you guys got to Vallaki and were pretty much bombarded with things to do. You were bombarded by Alizzato first off.
I got my
But
list.
then I was gonna say May's going to the to-do list, so she can take it from here.
We
Flip
still
it
haven't
back.
done most of this list.
I
I don't think we did any of it. Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh,
Number one.
you made this list.
we got the
episode
bones.
10
No,
or
this
11?
is episode 12. I wrote down the official to-do list.
Yep.
Number one, issue of St. Andrew's Unhallowed Grounds, still unresolved. Blinsky's Toys, Monkey Man, we did that. Someone who knows about reincarnation has been vaguely addressed. Have a feeling we know who, but not really been addressed. The case of the missing wine from the vineyard, have not touched that. Meet with the Baron, have not done that. Find out more about the festival, I guess we've done that. Find out about a dragon, we did that. Find out about the monster in Rictavio's cart, did that.
Zielle didn't.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know now.
Yeah.
You kind of know now.
Octavio was
I
like,
mean, I don't
well,
know,
this
but I
not.
know.
Yeah, didn't he say it's like, well, this isn't my beast. Here, have this, and like throw a holy crest at her or something on his way out.
Well, no, I know that
Yeah.
I know that there is a monster. What I don't know is that he's
yeah.
the guy who has the circus or like the.
Don't worry about this.
thing.
Take
But
this
It
amulet.
doesn't
That's what
matter because I got it anyways, so I don't need to know.
Yeah,
and then
good.
I have like 4 stores written down that we haven't been to any of.
Didn't we go to one?
Well,
Oh, Blinsky's.
no, I think Tannis went to the general store to get his little outfit changed, but
He
I
got
wrote
cigarettes, didn't he?
down. Yes,
He did.
I
That
wrote,
cigarettes
shit's
and an
on
outfit change.
fire right
I
now.
wrote Thindles. I don't even know what Thindles is, and I wrote down Dusklight Supply Shop, and then most importantly, there's the Beast Rose with Gilly and Lottie, who are the best tailors.
Thindles is like a blacksmith, Thindles Armaments.
Oh,
There, and then the Dusklight Supply Shop is the general store, I believe, and then the Beast Rose.
well, okay, I have one to cross off.
So May, I'm gonna be straight up. I ain't think we're gonna get through like 90% of those now.
We've done more than I thought, but
Well, let me think about it. Hold up.
we're not going to figure
Think
out the
about
wine.
Yeah,
Well, I also forgot about a lot of those. Like I don't remember
I think-
those first couple ones at all.
I didn't
by the
remember
third
them.
session, May
Yeah.
kept on repeating it, so I wrote it on my iPad. I was like, I'll make a note of this. She's been saying this, and we'll see how far we get to this. But also, if we got that invitation to go to Strahd, which I mean, hey, vibes, we definitely have to go to the store, so we'll be able to go
Yeah.
there. We got to get nice
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah, you gotta
but it'll
get
be
a
kind of
suit.
weird to be like,
Theron.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. Ooh,
suit.
Would Alizzato wear a suit to the masquerade? There
No,
it
I'm
is.
going naked. Full on naked. A single leaf.
No.
That's
And
all I'm doing.
just a little eye mask. That's
not
all
the
to
like
cover your
Baldur's
identity.
Gate 3 nudity sensor. It's just the little leaf.
I was gonna say you got to go with the like what was that John Cena? You know, with like your invitation is just covering it.
But what kind of leaf would he want though? Like a maple
No,
leaf?
if we're being
or-
honest, I don't think he would do a suit. He would just do that like I'm coming business cash, but I'm coming way too cash to this shebang.
The T-shirt with like the print of a suit on it.
You are going to have to fight Zielle on that. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
gonna become
less
a
worried
thing.
about Alizzato than I am about Theren.
I love that. They just like randomly like
that
listen,
says a
Theren,
lot
You,
when you're vouching
you.
for the man covered in mud
Listen,
at all times.
I know that
Yeah,
Alizato's
yeah.
gonna go for something, and I respect that.
It's the effort. Thank you. I appreciate participation trophies.
right.
Hey, honestly, that's Alizato's vibe. So he don't want to be fucking going to no ball, but at this point, especially
We
after
have
the
to
events of
kill
what happened,
the devils.
You're going to try to kill Strahd at the ball?
You don't know me.
let's not do that.
He said he was putting everything aside.
I didn't
in
say
the
we're
note
killing him
so you
at the
guys could
ball.
have fun.
I'm not killing him there necessarily. It's just, it's a process. You gotta. Never mind.
That's such a threatening thing too, Ryan. Oh no, I'm putting everything aside so you guys can have fun. Yeah, but the tension is still there, and
That's
we
exactly.
What's that
Just
Captain
revel
Holt
in it.
thing where he's
Wow.
like,
I got some.
why isn't everyone having a good time? I
Why
specifically
is nobody
requested it.
dancing? I have Kesha on the background and nobody's busting a move.
Listen,
All right,
Kesha
Strahd.
is canon in Avrosa, by the way.
I got some groundwork to lay. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
If I was there and I just like was having an awful time and so we put on Kesha, I'd probably groove a little bit, you know what I mean?
Well, actually, I'm fine now.
I'm just saying, man.
I gotta be real.
I mean, I at least got to groove a bit.
I gotta keep it
I mean, I'll
100
grab a
with you.
snack.
I
I got to keep it 1,000% honest with you. I go to the snack table and I'm definitely kind of shuffling while I do it. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, yeah, all right.
All right, man. So how are we killing this guy?
yeah. You're just kind of like head bobbing, white guy moving.
I can't tell you
just
in front
kinda
of
like
Ryan.
arms crossed.
Noted. Well, you guys have your to-do list. And one of the things on said to-do list was to figure out about a dragon.
Yeah.
And in doing so, you guys found a
Circus.
armored saber-toothed tiger in a circus cart.
Yeah,
And Alizzato almost fell in. That was terrifying.
that would have been
That'd
fun.
be
I
did
awful
not ex-
if somebody from the group had like perished in that way. Yeah, I can't imagine truly.
Bro, I took so many hit points
That was almost
on that
half.
first
You did.
encounter. I was like almost a little bit more than half, and it was like, oh, I need to reestablish my decision thinking. I am at like level whatever the fuck we are for.
In this cart, and it just like
3,
smacks you and you're like,
3, or
I'm
no,
gonna
you guys are
perish.
4. You guys are 4.
Are we 4 now? Okay.
Yeah, I think 4.
One of my favorite things about you guys is, and this has been so relevant through the whole fucking thing, it's like, wow, that thing did so much fucking damage to me. Let's mess with it even more.
Should I hit it again?
I'm like,
Because I'm gonna
that's so
fucking
sick,
hit it
bro.
again.
Go ahead.
Just keep poking the bear,
the
man.
amount of messages that we get from Orion in the group chat, like, remember, you can die. And we're like, yeah, but like,
Remember, all
I
your
tried.
decisions have consequences.
I just,
But go hit him, and then we'll talk
I
about
just
it.
don't understand how we're supposed to get better at combat if we don't practice, Ryan.
Zielle logic 101.
practice makes perfect. Yeah, listen, what doesn't kill you?
You know, we have to get into these combats to level up. It's been 21 episodes. We've only leveled up once. So we gotta start poking
That's a
more
lot.
We
bears.
started at level
We've
1.
leveled up more than once.
Oh, we
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm thinking of
To be fair, it has been, I think,
It's been a minute.
it might have been like 10
We've been
episodes
level
since we
4.
leveled
We're-
up.
It is.
Yeah.
The last time you leveled up was after
The
the
tarot?
thing. I can
after
and this
the
could have
tarot, okay.
I'm gonna jump way the fuck ahead, but we're talking about leveling up. This could have changed everything, except you guys didn't do it. I had set a milestone for you, by the way.
Oh jeez.
I don't even
Oh,
To kill the half-orc paladin in the attic. If you did that, you guys were gonna level up mid-feast, right after it.
oh.
But
Theren.
instead, everyone split
How could
the
you have
fuck
known?
up.
Theren, you
How
said
could
you
you?
had that.
I tried. I tackled this man out a
You
fucking window, okay?
And you guys ended up killing him, but
Oh, so we level up now?
no, because it was supposed to be a group effort. A group effort.
I love it. Yeah, he's like, it was a group effort, and there's like two of us, and there's a baboon running around somewhere, you know, and then I'm like,
Monkey
just
powers.
What?
So that could have changed the
guys seen
whole
a baboon?
thing.
Getting
anymore?
the actual bones we've been chasing for 10 episodes doesn't level us up.
I think we're still mid quest on that one, right? Did we ever
No,
do
but we
anything with the
have
bones,
them.
or
We're
did we
not
just
done.
have them?
Yeah, we're not done.
You guys do have bones in the hand right now.
I was gonna say, I've been playing too much Red Dead, so all I can think is like we've got the bounty, and now it's like take the bounty to jail, and I'm like, okay, so we're like probably halfway through with the actual quest.
Oh yeah. But to stay on a somewhat linear path, you guys checked out the carnival cart. Well, Alizzato and Theren checked out the carnival cart and went back and told them nothing. Then you tried to kill Rictavio. That was sick.
Dude, we thought Rictavio was like the big bad. We're like, we're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna kill him right now.
Fuck this guy, man.
We're gonna get a drink, and we're definitely not gonna tell Zielle about it.
Octavio.
It was incredible.
Dude, we could still poison him.
He's
Or we could do
gone.
something.
He's gone. He's gone. He's
He
gone
left.
now.
Where was this energy when I wanted this? You know what I mean? When I thought Rictavio was an op, when I was like, let's throw it out, like he's on the right.
wanted to kill him
Maybe
too.
if
And
you
y'all were
guys
like,
had been
actually,
nicer to him, he would have given you this thing already. Gosh.
Nah.
I don't need that.
Nah,
He did say
clowned.
to meet him outside of town,
Yeah.
though. So that is on the
No,
list.
I'm not telling. You know what I'm not doing? Telling them.
They're like, guys, why is this group not operating like it should be? And our communication skills are just this. It's just the pettiest. Like, I'm not telling you. I'm not
I'm
telling
not
you what
fucking
I
telling
know.
you, dude. If you want the
Trying to
information,
kill
go
him.
get
He's
it.
saving our lives actively right now.
The stakes are so high, and everybody's
But
like, I'm not
to
telling
be
you.
fair, he was sketch at the
Super
beginning,
He
and
was
it was
always
also
sketch.
very like, wait, why does he have a cart with a creature in it?
Yeah,
Like
I
that's
was gonna
definitely
say.
kind of sus. And then it wasn't until we were talking
Wait.
that he's like, no, I'm just a
Hold
kooky guy.
hold
And we're
on.
like,
he's sketchy because he has a pet.
A pet armored saber-toothed tiger?
thank you.
That almost killed him in like one hit, right?
Tannis turns into a werewolf.
And look what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's so
I
look
just
what
think-
happens.
There needs to be a little self-reflection here.
You know what I'm saying? And
I
look what
agree,
happened.
but an armored
Self-reflection.
saber-toothed tiger would bring on a bit of an alarm. It is an alarm to see Tannis change into a werewolf, but there is a little bit more alarm to say, hey, I have this armored saber-toothed tiger in that cart.
Again, everything in the feast had a reward and a consequence. If you
Oh,
did
we
it,
were
you
gonna
got
have
a
a
reward.
pet
If you left it,
saber-tooth.
you guys could have recruited Ramses if you went to the RSX stockyard first. Instead,
Run
you
it back.
triggered this. You triggered the
Oh my
second
God.
option, which was him leaving completely. You still got
The
the
item's better,
item
though.
because, but if you didn't go to the town square, you weren't going to see him at all. So you wouldn't have gotten the item either. So there's rewards and consequences to everything you do in this feast, and I love it.
This is why, hold on, chat. This is why I never look up what you could have gotten from side quests, okay? Because it's miserable. It's miserable.
I could have been riding on a saber-toothed tiger
hold
this whole
on.
time.
I would just like to point out that you're asking all these questions about this decked out saber-toothed tiger that is literally in a circus cart. Like a circus.
There's no circus
that
here.
does performances.
But there's
Why
no
did-
circus here.
Yeah, if he had just been like, hey, guys, I've got this thing in my cart, that would have been way
He
better.
doesn't
And then when
owe
we
you
asked
that.
about it,
You
he's
didn't
like,
tell him anything
"There's
about
no-"
yourself.
He owes
I
me. He
will
owes
defend Rictavio
me.
till I die.
I don't know why Zielle's
I
team
love Ricky.
Rictavio
I
so
love
hard.
Ricky.
This is like a blood feud. Like, she's ready to kill us over Rictavio.
Can I admit something? Even like, I feel like if Alizzato let me do what I wanted to do to this thing, like if we had talked it through and I did go through with what I wanted to do to that
Fish in a
that
barrel.
creature, what we didn't know, I was gonna just continuously poison spray into
Oh my
the
god.
thing until it died.
Let's
I
fucking
literally would have murdered you. You were gonna poison somebody's cat that was locked in a cage for no reason?
Listen, hold on.
Zielle,
Hold on. No,
it wasn't a-
There's reason. I was thinking in Theron's brain, he's thinking, okay, this crazy shit's happening in this area. I don't trust anything or anybody. I don't trust this guy. And then what do you know? He's hiding and not telling anybody about this large, dangerous creature in a hidden area and doesn't want anybody going near it. illiterate, can't read anything that's on there for reasons. And he's like, okay, he's going to set this thing free to just go kill a bunch of innocent people. So I could just take care of the problem right now without anybody getting injured, by any chance of anybody getting injured, by just putting it to sleep.
That's not putting it to sleep. That's killing
That's
it
a
though,
horrible
right?
way to go, but I respect it.
I don't.
That was Theron's thinking in the moment.
Rictavio's fine. The tiger's good. We're chilling. We got a lot more problems to take care of. We can kill Rictavio after we're done.
Wow. You guys do have a lot of problems, like when you went to Blinsky's and Alizzato found the Irina doll.
Blinsky is a sketchy mofo, and we all know this.
I love Blinsky though. He's my favorite.
Everybody in this town is sketch.
He makes me think of the one guy in Frozen, the shopkeeper.
He's nothing like the guy from
yeah,
Frozen.
Sure.
Do not ever listen to me very closely, Vince. Do not ever slander the shopkeeper from Frozen like that ever again. Blinsky is Blinsky's
He
making.
sounds like him.
No.
He's
Blinsky's
just cute like him.
If somebody ever orders, they're like, "Hey, I had a dream about this person. Make me a doll of them," and you say, "Yeah, I'm down." You suck. Like immediately, you suck.
Hey, he's just doing his job.
There's like 97 of these things, and he's like, "I keep getting a little bit closer." I'm like, "That's creepy." Now you're creepy. Now you're creepy too.
Thank you. Like, sure, yeah, we all like him. He's a nice, innocent guy, but I have slightly altered versions of all of these dolls all across my shop, and that one looks exactly like the one that you are walking around with, and it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. You have a doll of me? Does he have a doll of Alizzato? Does he have one?
I can tell you, he does not have dolls of you guys.
Sketch.
Though he has never, you know, that when you guys went in there, he said that he hadn't made a sale, in forever. Isaac is the only one keeping Blinsky's open.
Even worse that his only customer is that fucker.
Hear me out. What if he thought that it was like he didn't know who it was at all, and he thought, oh, it's his daughter or something like that, or his wife or his mom.
In the city where you can't not smile or else you'll get hung.
You never know.
I don't think so,
Hang
my
on,
guy.
hang on. The executioner of this town, the dude that publicly chops people in half, is like you suck and here's why. I'm stronger than you are. Smile for me. That guy walks into your shop and is like, hey, I've been dreaming about this girl. Immediately awful. Like immediately the wrong vibe. Immediately not the type of dude that you want in your store. You're like, please leave is what the right response should be. And he's like,
I think that Blinsky is cute, and he reminds me of the Frozen shopkeeper.
whatever. No. Hello, dude.
But
is
the
a good
thing
boy.
is
A
that
beautiful-
when Isaac goes into the store, though, he has to be very much like that customer that's like wandering without really wanting to say what he wants to say. So he's just kind of like, hey,
Perusing these
Blinsky, how you doing? He's like, oh, business is good. He goes, yeah. Hey, listen, super random. I've been having dreams.
I'm having this dream.
So do you do custom? Do you do requests? Like, could I commission you to do something?
Do I put like a deposit
Can I
down and then we
commission
kind of
you?
figure it out? You
What are
know,
your
like
rates? What are your rates for that? Like, what do you do? Like, have you had other okay? So because I had this, and this is gonna sound like weird.
if it was Isaac that came in and then he did it once and it was like, all right. But for me, it was like, I Alizzato, don't like Isaac. So if Isaac is the only person coming in here, I'm instantly like, no thanks.
Bad place.
Fuck that guy. Get a different job. Blinsky, do monkeys or something, but not this.
Oh my gosh, Rictavio left without Piccolo.
I know, that's really sad.
That is very sad.
Actually, we can just bring Piccolo to him, so that's fine.
May has been waiting this entire conversation to be like, so anyway, let's bring a gift to Rictavio when we see him, our beautiful
What you guys
best
are
friend.
forgetting about Blinsky also is that he is a crucial part of our future too, and he told us very crucial information that we need. So
Oh yeah, what's that?
about Fritz von Werg or whatever, the man with the monkey was one of our tarot cards, someone who will help, and it is more than they see. And the card was the artifact. And then he told us about this man who creates clockwork inventions in the castle who we could potentially see in a couple days when we're there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that clockwork thing.
If we make it there.
We're gonna make it there. Shout out to Rictavio saving our butts.
I don't know about the cards you guys have.
Yeah.
So everyone's just sketch. This is my town. Kind of sucks a little bit. So
Oh yeah.
I'm just filling you
Well,
guys
we don't
in.
even know. We don't know each other's cards as well, right?
No.
Not really.
I don't think so.
We had them all.
We like
you
referenced
guys
them a
saw
little bit. I think we
mine.
had a conversation.
Yeah, you guys saw Zielle's and
didn't see.
Tannis's. Theren's cards, you were alone for your polls, but you all three of you saw
the spread.
the necessary 3 items, or four, sorry, that you now 3. One's a location. 3 items for defeating Strahd. Correct. Before your individual ones. Which I am imploring you to tell Jose right now what those cards are and really think about them while you do so.
Okay. Well, I don't remember exactly the order she laid them down in, but the the power or the illusionist, which is a card that means a powerful force of God and protection. A man in a carnival wagon is not who he says. What if he's the wizard guy? The guy who attacked the tower at some point, attacked Ravenloft in the story? I don't know. Okay, anyways, the warlock, which means power and strength. A weapon of vengeance, sword of sunlight lies in a dragon's house, which is why we were interested in Rick Tavio being like, I'm a dragon or whatever. Hands once clean, now corrupted. Well, I wrote down. The artifact, someone who will help. An entertaining man with a monkey is more than he seems. And then the last one in the center was the marionette, which I wrote something, the devil beast waits on his throne. So I think the items are the things on, or the item/places are the things on the outside. I don't really know what the card about Strahd himself is, but no. Oh wait, did I read the Conjurer? Oh, I didn't read the Conjurer. I did miss one.
I think you missed one,
The
yeah.
Conjurer was also on the outside. I forgot because I was gonna do that one first and then I didn't. Knowledge, history, and understanding the enemy. A dead village drowned by a river ruled by evil.
The sword.
Yeah, a dragon's house. I'm gonna have to review my notes. Don't tell me anything.
I wasn't going to tell you anything. I was going to tell Theren something.
What is the name
Wait,
of that place you have to go to, Theren? Argon. Does that
Argynvost Holt.
Argynvost Holt?
Argynvost
Is that
Holt,
was?
yeah.
Did they tell you what that means? Was that, or was there
Yeah,
something about a dragon?
It was something about like it's like a fairy tale place that used to be inhabited, but now for people it's like a folk tale. But Theren really wants to go there. Wasn't that
Hands
what it was?
once clean, now
Yeah.
corrupted.
Theren, when you had your interaction with Cade,
Mm-hmm.
and he offered you a new choice.
Mm-hmm.
Argynvost Holt, where death clings to life. When you find yourself in the walls of the dragon, I'll be watching
Oh
you.
my god, there was dragon mentioned.
What about the sword, May?
It's a weapon of vengeance.
First part?
Power and strength, weapon of vengeance, sword of sunlight. Lies in a dragon's house. Hands once clean, now corrupted.
After Blinsky's, you guys went to the church, told Irina to stay put, and you guys split the fuck up.
Again.
And we never really came back together after that, did we? We like met up briefly to be like, all right, guys, we're on our way to the store. Do you want me to grab you anything? You're good? Okay, sweet. We'll meet back here probably at some point.
Alizzato and Tannis went to Wachter House, and Zielle and Theren ran off to the orphanage. And we spent a good time at both of those locations and doing their related quests together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
That was a
Great.
few episodes.
That was, yeah, we spent
Yeah.
some.
It was about 3 episodes total, I think.
15.
I really liked that house. The whole orphanage thing.
The orphanage was
cool.
fun. It's
that was
very
cool.
interesting.
Going from like just talking to her. What's her name
Hold
again?
on. It's Headmistress Claudia Velasco,
I was just saying. I thought I started
also
with
known
a
as
C.
Miss Witch.
Going from like talking with her to slowly noticing the things going around just like the little marks on the kids and everything, and then hearing them say certain things, and then the little markings on all the bedposts too.
Ooh, this is behind the scenes. The rune was for nightmare. So, and it was on every bed except for Felix's. So it was a demonic rune placed upon the bed to basically cause night terrors for all the children. And
But
just slowly, he was, so the demon
So it could feed on them.
was in,
Right.
Correct. The demon was stuck in the locket, but pretty much tethered to Felix. And in order to find a new host and be able to come back, he had to weaken someone that he felt strong to, which was Milivaj. So that's why Milivaj was specifically targeted by the demon, because he was going to use Milivaj's death as a way for the demon himself to come back in a physical form.
So when the demon ate enough, got strong enough, it was then going to kill Millie completely to be able to like basically use his body almost to come back to a true form.
Pretty much. Yeah. Just
Okay,
gathering
all right.
strength from the fear of the
All the
kids, feeding off of the kids, and then utilizing that to slowly teeter-totter himself up and Millie down.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Why didn't it go after the headmistress?
She's not as strong.
Did it only
Yeah, she's
it only would feed on children?
yeah, it's supposed to feed on things that are like younger than it, so or stronger.
Oh.
So because she was like mid-60s, she was frail, she was a bit on the more elderly side. And it was almost a way to manipulate those around as well, because it's exactly what happened. You guys assumed it was Miss Witch who was the one causing harm to these children, only for it to turn around and be something a lot bigger.
Was there anything that you were upset about with the whole orphanage, May? Like that you wanted to do or that you missed or anything?
No, I just wanted to help all the kids. I feel so awful about Felix because I think Zielle understands his plight of like kind of having killed somebody under a demon's control, literally. And he's just a little baby. The only other thing that I don't know, I guess I don't know if Ryan can even answer this yet, but in my head I kept trying to like connect the demon to like Strahd and whatever was happening with these bones, and I don't know, I still don't know if it was connected or it was just like random side quests. So we just show up to do one quest, but you gotta do the other quest before you do that quest, and it just happens to all be happening.
Correct. There's a link between the two, but it's stretched. The demon was sent by Cade. He was another figment of Cade, sent to Felix in a time of despair and desperate need, just like the two of you. He was in a basically abusive household, and one night called upon anything to help set him free. Cade responded, sent him the demon, and he killed his parents.
So Cade's just like the main through line.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And Cade is
That's
connected to Strahd.
Kind of what I figured out, but I felt I was like, am I missing something?
Nothing too
or-
detrimental to the story. It was more
Okay.
just, like you said, it's kind of a little side quest that you can do to help out the city while you're around.
Yeah. And I'm glad we helped them. And I'm glad we helped them again.
True. And y'all over in Wachter House had some delicious soup and a great political conversation.
Yeah, distinctly bad soup and a very worthless conversation where they're like, so thank you for your alliance. Did you bring your friend? Is your friend
Yeah, I mean,
coming?
like, this would have
Yeah,
gone
right.
easily one way or the other if your friend was here.
Yeah,
But,
right.
Thanks for
It's like
coming.
The party where they're like really quiet, and they're like, is your friend coming? No, they're not.
yeah.
Sweet. No, yeah,
Crazy.
No.
Yeah, it was
Sick
very
that
much
you
that
showed
like
up.
you two were the friends, like you two are the separate friends where like you guys go to a house to meet up and like you're friends with the homeowner, but like their other friend group is there and the homeowner like steps out to go get sodas and you're like, we have to interact now, but like the main person isn't here
Terrible.
to like secure the
Terrible.
friend
Yeah.
group, you know?
Yeah,
Hate
so you like video games? No, you don't. Okay. Okay.
Great. soup is fucking awful, but this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
It definitely would. The conversations would have gone a little different if Zielle was present.
Of course.
Fiona Wachter is supposed to give off like very like Cersei Lannister vibes, where if things are going her way, she's peachy keen. But if she's not, it's a little on the guarded, just flat level kind of vibe. You guys had a little bit of a convo and were given a bomb, but aside from that, your guys' quest went a lot different than
it was funny.
the two at the
It really
orphanage.
was funny, like the jump cuts, right? Like we have like this one where it's like there's obviously something horrific going on in this house. We're trying to figure it out. That it ends up in like, you know, escalating, and then it jumps over to us. And it really is just like an awkward sitcom, like an episode of Seinfeld, you know, where we're like, so bomb, huh? You want me to?
You want me to put this bomb where?
Wait a minute.
I viewed it as like one of those action movies where like you have the two people running and like getting shot at and stuff, and then it just does a quick jump cut to like somebody just standing in an elevator with the elevator music going, and they're just
100%.
goes back over, and it just the oh god,
Tannis just really playing it up, like doing the whole like Ocean's 11, like just really like trying to get Fiona to like understand and to like be understand, or Lady Wachter, and then just Alizzato sitting on the ground, like, I refuse to sit. I am a muddy boy. Like, what are we doing? You know?
I like
jump cut to me getting stabbed by a demon, like
claws in the stomach.
Yeah, I was like,
But then
coming out, I was like, this is gonna be something.
the thematic sort of, or the one that connects it with tone is you trying to take on the door but failing. It's just sort of like that's where it meets.
That's where it comes back in. After you guys got the bomb, this was the second of your 3 warnings about how strong Isaac was, because you guys saw the display in the center of town.
But like, you know what I mean? It's also a strength and resolve. You know what I mean? Like it's like, he's really strong. And here's this innocent man that he cut in twain. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing, you little ant. And I was like, well, I want to fight that guy eventually. Eventually, I'm gonna throw hands with that guy specifically, and it's gonna go really well.
And then you guys went, you planted your bomb. We finished up the demon fight upstairs, and everyone got their magic items, their first magic item of the campaign.
Fun.
Which I designed the 3 of yours, but Jose and I collabed on his. He had found the Speak with Land. Speak with the land spell or something like that. I don't remember what the actual spell was, but I loved it. And I was like, I want to give him a little bit more than that. And that's when I threw in the parts where he could like commune with the earth and try to get memories from something that had recently touched the earth that he stood upon, which I think is going to be really fun. And I think you'll have some really creative uses on how to do that.
Hyped. Yeah, speak with plants to make it speak with the land. Because I'll definitely get speak with plants at some point, but it was kind of like, ooh, wouldn't it be neat if like the dude that has just been here for some time just kind of understands how the land works on a emotional level. So it's like I can just connect to it differently. So yeah, that was very neat. I like that. That was fun.
I think it'll be cool. And I'm
imagine
curious
the
to see what you
reaction
do
if
with
you're
it.
like you're standing there in a field and like the dude is just covered in mud with a red beard, just like slowly like kind of half turns to you, goes, "The grass is sad here," you know, and you're like, "What?"
Don't step on that rock.
Yeah,
Go
right.
over there.
You're like, yeah, as you said, oh, it makes more sense now. You're so upset about the rock kicking. That definitely tracks more.
100%.
The rock kicking before at St. Andrews. That was so fucking funny. With Milovaj there coming back.
My God,
Don't talk to me was amazing.
Don't talk to me. After fully engaging in conversation.
Start the conversation.
What did you start with? Just don't kick that fucking rock or something like that. Like,
Yeah, it's Alizzato being like, I know exactly how I'm gonna handle this situation, to being like, I really don't know what the fuck I'm really doing with this. Wait, no, you know what? I need to sort of revert back and show you that like I don't really want to talk with you, but thanks for the info. You know what I mean? So like I have no idea. Like there's clearly Tannis is the more like when I'm with Tannis is clearly the one spearheading the conversation. When I'm with Theren, I know that me and Theren will probably get into some shit that we probably shouldn't get into. But then when I'm with Zielle, I'm like, hey, come on, guys, like we gotta play fair. We gotta do like. You guys gotta stop being chaotic. Zielle, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Like it's very much that dynamic. So I think it's kind of neat because then the first time I hung out with just there and it was like, dude, let's fucking kill this beast, you know? To then being like, wait, hold up, we all need to get together. And then when Zielle starts being like, you're not doing this. Why are you doing that to this child? Why are you doing these things? It's very much oh, right. Cool. That's right. We cannot just do whatever we want. That's true.
Alizzato is just definitively the like uncle is what we've discovered. Right? Yeah. Right.
It's drunk uncle vibes, and I love it so much.
We can't do that. We can't do that, actually. But if it's just us.
Dude, we're fucking shit up, man. Play with this firework.
Before we got to Milovaj and Alizzato kicking rocks out front of St. Andrew's, we had a small return from Vasily the night before, though.
Oh.
Just a brief.
Oh.
Talk about miscommunication, or should I say lack thereof.
I'm kind of mad at that guy right now, to be honest.
Found some letters in my room.
Vasily.
Wild. There are these
He came with an invite.
But he could have told us so much more. I gotta have some words with this man at this ball because he could have, I felt like, hey, don't do that. Like, it's different than like, hey, you're definitely gonna die if you do this. Like, don't do it.
I mean, he can only say so much under the watchful eye of Strahd.
Yeah, I gotta find out more about that. I appreciate the effort, but I got some questions now.
He could have not warned you at all.
I know. I'm very confused about it because I don't know why this man likes me because he doesn't know me. But like, I don't know. The other thing he said about Strahd, I literally wrote down in my notes. So it was like, hold on. It's big right here. Strahd is not all bad. He said that to me, and now we're being murdered by vampire spawn, and I'm like, where?
Listen, he's really not that bad.
So this is why I need to. We're gonna have a chat. I hope he's at the ball because we got chat.
Yeah, how many thousands died?
Not thousands.
Hundreds.
We are at hundreds right now. Oh,
many shit! Did I? So what do you say about Strahd not being?
Yeah, it's like.
Hey, I think I gave. Yeah, the final update. We are at 12. No. Oh no. Yes. No. Hold up.
Math.
About 300 so far.
300 people.
It's hard not to feel like I don't know. It's weird. The fixation is confusing because obviously Zielle is not new to this, but she also is like usually pretty capable of handling things. But obviously being in Barovia, she is in an unknown element and like far from her goddess. Excuse me, and everything. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about that guy. I need him to stop being pretty and showing up in my bedroom. Thank you.
Can you just do something different with your hair that looks worse? Could you see like a worse thing with your hair?
Like, put on a blindfold. Wait, no, don't do that.
Oh God.
Put on a black blindfold, with a turtleneck.
Spike your hair up.
There was one thing that he said to you, said to Zielle, which you probably are about to read right now.
No, which part?
No, okay.
I was also distracted. That was like what I wrote after. I don't think I wrote anything during the conversation because I was like, what's going on?
You brought it up the next episode with thinking back to the conversation. There are no right choices when it comes to Barovia.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go back and get the Sabretooth. Let's kill Rick Tavio. Fuck them kids.
We got this bomb. And we can put the bomb wherever we want to as long as we steal the float,
That is true. You guys could have taken that bomb and ran. You guys could have done so much with that. I didn't even think about that.
We should have been.
But then, I don't want to get ahead because you're probably going to get there.
We could have been smarter terrorists. What were we thinking?
Oh my God.
We had a chance here and we threw it away.
Yeah, imagine if you set it off in the grave maker's or the coffin maker's house.
Oh my
Honestly,
god.
we pretty much did.
Oh my
I just throw a bomb at this. You know what I mean? It's just like
I
this
would've
old
done it.
man. Yeah. Well, it clearly
What if
pretty much anything. Yeah. He was just like one hit away, and we just throw a bomb at him. You know.
if Theren had the bomb,
Oh,
we
give Theren
all
the
would
bomb.
have leveled up.
That is true.
And then
What do you mean?
Nocturne if Theren doesn't have a bomb. Nocturne
Nocturne if Theren has the bomb. Yes,
Tiny
correct.
short book.
Just
If I had a
it's
bomb,
a pamphlet.
I
You
could
know.
have killed the orc.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe if you
It's
hit
meant
with it.
it's meant to kill one person as long
if
as you
you
can
miss?
light
Oh my
it.
god.
Yeah,
As
like
long
what
as
if
you
you
light it.
What if you threw it out the window on accident? And then you have
Uh,
to
True.
And then you have
We
to worry
did
about
get to the coffin maker's house though, right after that little interaction at the church, and that was the start of the fuse that lit the fucking bomb though of the feast.
Yeah, we did. We definitely did.
But you know what's cool? I will say this from a just for myself, the way in which I feel like you guys definitely had like a lot that happened in like 10 episodes, and then it felt like Valaki was kind of like a good revamp into like, well, but they're all people and they're all kind of silly and goofy and maybe things happen along the way. That then it just kind of felt like after every single thing, it was like the tension was like rising slightly. That then it felt like, you know what I mean? Like yeah, the orphanage happened and all of that, but then it was kind of like, yeah, but now that we're actually gonna try to focus, the tension was always there. And it was like, well, yeah, you haven't been doing these tasks that you should be doing. But then all of a sudden it was like, and now this guy breaks. And you're like, oh shit. So like to me visually, like the dart going into his face, Zielle covered in blood, Theren upstairs like yelling, Alizzato running after him. I was like, wow, this is dope. This is like high intensity. Let's go. You know, I thought it was super neat.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how Valaki is supposed to be run. There's supposed to be this overlying sense of just tension and like tightness at all times.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of on edge until it builds. And even if you're taking away a little chip here and there from the orphanage, the bomb, it's still going up until you finally hit that breaking point and you snap the twig at the coffin makers. And
Well, there was more tension built up between some of the characters, like all of us
Oh,
as
God,
well.
yeah.
I mean, like there was the whole point where Theren and Tannis almost got in a tiff and everything too, you know?
Yes.
And then it seemed like that Zielle was like trying to hold everything together between everybody too, but then it was starting to get to her some, and I don't know. There was so much between everything that was building up on everybody. And then you said, we break that twig and
yeah, exactly. And then everything happens. And then it, I mean, we're not jumping ahead, but then the fact that then it's Theren and Tannis that are like going against something is also like, shit, like, because at the end of the day, let's just fucking go and get this thing done, you know? And it was like, it worked really, really
So
well in
thematic.
sequence. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
agreed.
been one hell of a roller coaster for Theren and Tannis, because here's the thing. I feel like if I didn't stop that episode at the table after Theren accidentally and not even really called Tannis specifically a creature or a monster, if I didn't cut the episode and we took that week to breathe and then started on that tension, I think it would have escalated full force. But because I put that barrier of Rictavio to end the episode because we were running out of time, I think that kind of gave it a reset, and then we were able to mesh things out, kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, behind the scenes for me as a player, I was definitely planning to fight. That was the intention for sure. I was like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill Theren right here, and it's gonna be a completely
That was what we
different
talked
dynamic.
about after we cut audio, we cut mics, and we all had a conversation like, is PvP okay? We had talked about it previously. I mean, that's exactly why we had the werewolf fight. Everyone was down for PvP in this in this campaign. So it was talked about pre-session zero. But now then it was like, all right, this is serious. Is this an okay route to take? So I went into that next session fully planning you guys to I messaged Anna. Anna is my confidant when it comes to writing Curse of Strahd because she's already gone through it. I was like, listen, they're about to fucking throw down in this tavern. Like, what are some options I can go about doing that if this goes down. So we had it all planned out.
Sick.
And because I thought you guys were tussling.
I think what's interesting too, and I think this goes back to Jose's point, right? Of like the nature of this party. I think you have some like very different individuals, especially in the way that they respond to crisis. But they're also like the only like familiar element in the crisis that they're in. So while they're always going to be like, get out of my face, I'm going to hit you. As soon as it starts to hit the fan, they're like, okay, but you're also the only thing that makes any sense right now. So like we're here in this, and then as soon as we're done with this, it's this, right? Face to face. Yeah. So I felt like that with their, I think the fact that it didn't escalate, I think speaks to that, which I think like just so many themes in this campaign I love, but that's one of my favorites where it really is like under different circumstances, maybe they probably do just like kill each other right there in the tavern, but as it stands, it's like I kind of need you to not be dead. And I
think though that Theren wouldn't have fought in the end. I mean,
interesting
for reasons, but like one being in this situation just because with his past, like I don't want to go into a lot of it, but with his past, he just kind of learned like there's certain situations that you fight and other ones where it's like just to know for the future, we don't do that right now because it's safer, because you need that backup still, you know, like because he knows there's nobody else but you guys.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what
you could have little tiffs and everything, but not getting rid of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
right
if they're like back in the tavern with like at Azria's tavern, you know, it's like maybe that does escalate into something that's just a straight up like brawl. But as it is, it's like if we do brawl, like you said, I need the backup. Like I don't know what's gonna happen as soon as we walk out of this room. So we're just gonna, but it leads into that, like we talked about, like that overlying sense of like tension that builds of like, I want to kill you. I can't, but I would like to.
The thing is too, is that I made Theren with chaos in mind.
He is a chaos gremlin. Jesus.
Yeah, but I got a hug from Theren, so.
That is true.
That relationship has weirdly been like one of the cutest of the show. Is just Zielle and Theren.
It was a very nice moment.
Every time they're together,
Zielle's,
it's like really cute. And I'm like, why? Stop it. Please.
Honestly,
Zielle's been the only thing to bring out any sort of emotion from Theren.
Oh my gosh.
That's fucked. I didn't even think about that. That is how Theren ended the night before the feast.
Yeah.
Was a hug.
Oh,
He literally,
well,
I
you
wrote
know
down
what?
something.
It's not the last hug that he's gotten.
Something that Theren said that I also wrote down was that my heart is softer than you think. He said that to her at the orphanage.
I know, that
and
was
I wrote it
so-
down and I was like, oh.
There's so many good moments. God, Vince with the lines. It's just nuts.
I think it is time though, with that stick broken. I think we do have to get into the feast.
Yeah.
No, actually, I have to go.
Yeah, just imagine you're listening to this speech, but like there's the one thing that you're like, when are they going to talk about it? When are they, like they have to, right? They have to. And we end it. We're like, all right, thanks guys so much. We just don't. That's pretty much all the big things that happen, I guess. We're going to go ahead and end it there.
But yes, the feast is an optional event of Valaki.
Is it really?
Optional?
Yes.
What?
There are ways to avoid the feast entirely.
What?
No, I really have to go.
Great. Thanks everybody. This has been
Though
awesome.
it is probably one of the most fun, tense, combative, and emotional things that I will probably ever run ever. At least it's the top of my list right now in my DM career. It was a lot of prep on my work for all the different events and how they would work and how the zones work, all the different rewards and the consequences, and trying to balance them out because you only have a limited amount of time to do this, and there's a lot of vampires to wrangle. So
we did wrangle one. We got one.
You did wrangle one?
Actually, two. Wait, I forgot.
You got two. You got two.
We got two.
You got one that had a name.
Isaac himself
too.
got three. And that's warning number 3 of how strong Isaac is.
But
Okay, you're tossing that out there. I have thoughts. Okay, you're saying it way too casual.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'll tell you what. When you put Isaac in that situation, I was like, oh, dope. So this is when he goes down. And then when they started taking a lot of hits, I was like, can we just like abort? Like, do we just like, never mind, guys. I think we take them on tomorrow.
Here's a question I'll toss out, not only to you guys, but to the chat. Is there any part of your brain that thought for a second, Tannis is the type of guy that would abort mission? Because if there is, that's wrong.
Let me tag in with that as well.
Please.
Theren's like, you want to fight? All right, let's do it.
Literally.
Tannis is like, you want to fight? All right, let's do it.
We I
so you
had
put both them together?
Yeah, that was a
I had a call with Christian the other day to discuss the Tannis death, and I told him, I was like, this is not, of all the things that would have happened during the feast, this is not what I thought would happen or how it would happen, because of how powerful Isaac was made to seem, and you guys already had the plan. And if it was a risky decision to not only split up before this, but to then turn on Isaac when there was one vampire left. There was a lot of decisions that led up to this that could have changed the outcome entirely.
Can you tell them the reward if
so,
they didn't do what they did?
I don't think I did. Isaac was going to help you fight through the rest of the feast if you sided with him. He asked you guys to help him.
Who cares?
You guys ran over.
Okay,
You don't like him. He's got a bad arm.
Here's what I'll say. Right, let me just jump in really quick here.
I forgot I had a call with Zielle too.
We started this. When we started this campaign, we said to each other, right at the gate, RP over everything. RP over everything. We're not getting meta now. You think I was about to try and flesh out the logistics of who's grouping up with who? No, absolutely not. So we come into this situation, absolutely just hits the fan, right? It goes horribly, right? First of all, we're in the coffin maker's house, and Tannis is like, we could burn the place down. And I'm like, no, let's like go talk to him. So we go in and we talk to him. He's awful. And Tannis is like, kind of want to just like, I'm like, nah, he's probably fine. So then he is worse than we thought he was. So I kill him, right? And that prevents nothing. So then we go outside and we're like, okay, immediately awful. Let me see what we can do. Zielle's like rescuing orphans. I like rescue a dog. Everything's feeling dope. Then I go and I'm like, you know what? Time to like level up. Super saying it, right? Like I go into my hybrid form. I'm like werewolf with a metal arm. It's awesome, right? Like the Winter Soldier is a werewolf. That's cool. If you're 9. And so he,
or Jose.
Or me, obviously. Like I made the character. Like let's not beat around the bush here. But I am also like definitively a 9-year-old child. So background of what I thought about Isaac, because I was ready to throw hands with Isaac on the stage. I was gonna follow him into an alley and try and finish him off that. And Alizato's like, probably shouldn't do that, dude. Probably not the time. So
and here's the thing. Alizzato even said, he reiterated you saying, we have a plan.
Now
let's hold off.
Now here's where it gets fun. Because in my brain, I'm like, okay, so we've got this dude who really doesn't know how to use this werewolf form. He doesn't use it. He just like, it happens. And then he's like, I'm a werewolf now. Almost loses it completely. But Theren, thankfully, is like dope, is like able to bring him back. But like, I'm like thinking this dude's just like here for the fight. And he finally sees the one dude he's been wanting to fight like the whole time. And then player Christian is watching this fight happen. And I'm like, dude, Isaac just got demolished. Like he's been getting demolished since before we got here. And now he's getting even more demolished. Like just like massive hits. I was like, dude, if there's any time to take this guy out without having to worry about him pulling out some like stupid other thing, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's the time. Now's the time we got to take this guy out. Because if he's got some like thing that he's going to pull out of his pocket when we do our Festival of the Sun thing, that's going to be nasty and there's going to be a lot of people around. But as it stands, we got this, dude, right? And I had some aces up my sleeve, and so did Theren. We both walked into that fight thinking, I got an ace up my sleeve. Like, this is going to be fine. And then it just came down to the dice. And the dice decided what the story needed to be.
Yeah. They really fucking did.
And so one thing that pushed me towards the combat a little bit as well is, one, I had Tannis next to me.
Always not helpful.
Yeah. 2, I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, it's the apocalypse for this town. This festival isn't happening anymore. This is it. So let's do whatever we can right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
fair.
like literally just a bunch of people like massacring each other.
Actually, Theren, Vince, I thought the exact same thing when Ryan was like, there's like 20 or something vampires, like, oh, cool. Like the whole thing is that like we're gearing up for the Festival of the Sun, and then now it all falls short the day before. So then it's like, oh, okay, insanity ensues. So then, yeah,
I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, he's like trying to make this seem like this huge thing, Festival of the Sun, you know, like we keep hearing about it like crazy. It's what we're leading up to. And then right before it happens, like, guess what? That was all just a ploy. Like, this is the big moment right now.
A fight.
Like, you're like, fuck all that stuff. Like, yeah, this is it.
Here's the really
surprise.
I feel like, again, the really important question is, how close were we to beating Isaac in that fight? Like, was close?
Do you know how close it was?
I think he said, didn't he?
Did you?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, guys. A lot of that is blacked out for me. There was, I was dealing with some stuff.
I can tell the listeners, and again, I gave them so many warnings about how powerful Isaac was. He took damage. I rolled. He took damage before you guys got there, and then he started taking those. Like, I was rolling near max damage on like 3 attacks in a row. He took so much damage,
like, this guy's
which
almost
I
out.
was even shocked about. I didn't even think you would come this close to killing Isaac, but those vampire hits were rough. And going into that, I was like, all right, if they turn on him, if they decide that this is the route they're going to take, I'm not fudging dice rolls. I'm not doing anything. The dice are here to tell the story. Isaac had 3 HP left.
3. Since you said that, Ryan, every time that I get on Discord and I see Nocturne, I hear Nocturne, I see anything Nocturne, I just think 3 goddamn points. 3 hit
There
points.
was a what is that? There was a 1 in 6 chance that you killed Isaac right there, because you had that 1 extra D6 of damage and you got a 3.
Right.
He had 6 HP total when you were going to roll that D6.
Yeah. And I rolled max damage as well. And then I had that extra D6. Max damage, Christian. 3 hit points, dude. Like, you know how mad I am? I
played it back in my brain, yeah.
Everything.
Yep, same. Same.
Everything that I had.
The best part about playing that Cloud Blood Hunter, is that you can kind of spend your hit points to deal some more damage. And so I was spending as much as I could.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of moments where similarly, right? Like we talked about that last dice roll, and that for sure is like super climactic. But there are a lot of rolls that I look back on that I'm like, I had like an extra D4 of damage where I rolled 1. I had an extra D4 of this and I rolled a 1. And it was like, there's so many moments that could have changed the nature of that fight but the dice, kind of told that story. And I think for the better. I mean, and I'm saying that as somebody who is very, very upset about the outcome of that fight.
It is the best part of Dungeons and Dragons as a whole.
Yeah.
The unknown.
The thing that killed me with that too was I could only use my healing 1 time. And I did it before you fell. If I hadn't done it before and we both fell like that, I could have reached over and just brought you back.
But we both did the thing, because if you hadn't done that healing before, then maybe we go down different. You know what I mean? It's just like there's a million ways that whole thing could have gone, and it's like, I just really truly in my brain, I really thought we were going to be able to walk away with a win over Isaac, and that was going to be such a turning point for this story, and then it just didn't happen.
Huge.
And that would have been huge, right? I mean, like going into the festival or whatever it is that happens after this, right? Like, because I didn't even think about the festival never entered my mind during this event. I was like, there's vampires, we got to kill them, immediately.
That was the same thing with me. It's like festival's out of the picture.
I just never even thought about it. Yeah, and I never thought about it once. I was like, okay, and especially I think I got like a little bit bloodthirsty after getting that 1 vampire. I was like, okay, we can clean up shop a little bit. We can no. And then
one vampire that knocked both of us unconscious. You thought that was a clean sweep?
Yeah.
the one that I just would not let go. So I played that as like trying to show how savage Theren can be with a fight too. Because I mean, he just went from trying to stop the guy in the thing, like doing anything that he could to stop him, so, like tackling him out the window too. Like if I were playing any other character, I wouldn't do that shit. But like, no, I'm not letting him go. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, right.
Do anything in my power to stay with him.
We did. It did all lead up to those death saves on both of you, and it both of you were 2 and 2 at the very end, which was wild. And for the listeners, I normally would not have allowed Tannis to have any sort of action or anything like that after he succeeded on his very last one. But given the adrenaline of everything that just happened, I was gonna let him do so. And just to justify Tannis's actions a little more, I had sorry, I apologize. I had rolled during Tannis's interruption. The dice left my hand when he raised his hand to speak and call out to Theren and myself saying, hey, I will do anything. The dice landed on a 5 and Theren would have been dead if not for Tannis's sacrifice.
Damn.
It was one or the other.
If I could go into that more as well, just on a twofold, I think for me as a number of things that I could say. There's a lot of emotions tied up in that decision, even still, which is wild. But it was a moment as a player where I realized that that there was just sort of intuitively sort of felt like this was going to be a pivotal moment. Obviously, it was already pivotal, but I realized that a lot of the struggles that my character was dealing with were sort of rooted in his past and sort of finding some sort of way to deal with things that had already happened, but that that Theren had a lot of things that were unresolved. And so thinking through the way that this night had gone down, and especially and I think this was so, again, just how things worked out, right? But like having that conversation with Zielle before all of this, being like, how do you make these decisions? How do you choose to be like somebody who kills and takes life away, And I think it left like a question mark in his head. And then there was that final moment where he's like, this was kind of my decision to like square up with Isaac here. I started this and I get to choose to be something different here for a moment. Like having like his mother being like, yeah, you got to be who you were, and getting a moment where he gets to sort of like realize that was, untimely and devastating, but also beautiful in a way that I would never have like been able to write. Kind of like it was a sacrifice that was just able to kind of give him a decision that brought him back to a place of who he was in his core and being able to overcome like sort of this mask that he put on. So anyway, just wanted to like sort of, I guess, talk through that decision-making process. I think there is, of course, a lot of people that I talk to are like super excited about, having a character death in D&D. There's a lot of like, cool emotional aspects that come with it. I don't think I was as prepared for how emotionally attached I was to Tannis. That moment was truly difficult.
So one thing, when you had started saying in when we were recording, you're like, is there anything I could do? Like, can I make some sort of sacrifice or this or that? Like, will you let me do anything? In my head, I don't know why in my head, it didn't go to sacrifice yourself for me. I'm sitting here thinking like, oh yeah, okay, if Ryan will do something like that, then he'll say like, you get half health no matter what for the rest of the campaign, or guess what? You are now losing the ability to use your arm because you're going to like inject this and blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, that power then goes to Theren to keep him alive or something like that. Not one moment did I think that he's losing his character. Like this character is now gone, dead. And when we started going through it, the paces of it more, and Ryan asked you, like, is this something that you truly want to do? And you were like, yes, give it to me, please. You know, like, this is what I want. And that's when it started like clicking to me a little bit more. I'm like, wait, is this like getting really serious? And then we went through the steps of it more. And then it was you dying. I'm like it started hitting me. I'm like, fuck, like this is happening. Not like, oh yeah, you're losing your toe. No, it's like gone.
I think I just thought, you know, like one of us is probably, like, odds wise, one of us is not walking away from this. And if I can guarantee at least one of us does, that's so much better than not knowing. And especially if I can kind of be like, okay, I know which one of us, like, not just like plot wise, but also like, I think in the world would need to walk away from this. You know, I was like, Tannis in his mind finally has a moment to kind of like write a lifetime of wrongs, you know? And I think that you get a lot of cool metaphors in there, like taking the dart off of this chain to turn it into something, using this blood magic as something that was like life-saving as opposed to like life-stealing, and like getting to, you know, he has this moment with his mom. He's got like all of this stuff that happens. And I think that for what it was like just such a, like, Ryan, I think you did such an amazingly beautiful job of like being able to make what could have been just like a very quick adrenaline paced moment into something like really gorgeous in the story. I think similarly, Vince, I didn't really have the moment with it until like after we like turned off the cameras. Like we wrapped, we turned off the cameras, and then suddenly it was just me sitting in my room, and I was like, oh my God, you know,
yeah,
damn,
that was it.
Yeah.
It honestly, go please.
No, I was just gonna say, that's the feeling that I had when we finished campaign 1. We finished recording, like everybody, like we were all sad, you know, but then like we finished, and I just remember going out into the kitchen, and Heather was like, how did it go? And I was like, fuck, like it just hit. It's like it's done, yeah, you know. And then with character death, it's that different, like, oh my God, it was
done. That same
done.
Feeling for me. Yeah. I did the same exact thing as I did after episode 21 as I did at the end of campaign 1, where cameras are off. There's no sound. I turned my music off and I closed out. I saved the file, all that sort of stuff. And then I turned the computer off, and it's just I had to sit here in darkness and quiet and just take everything in for like a minute before I could go get ready for bed.
Yeah. It's just such a, like, even though you played with this character for 21 episodes, like these things, they mean so much to people, man. Like going through with Jet and campaign 1, like I went through so many things in my life with that, and it is just like thinking about all of that and how much it means to you in the end. And then with this now too, it sticks with you.
Yeah, it does.
It's awesome. This is such an awesome part about this game.
Yeah, I think it really speaks to like the story that we've crafted together. I mean, and that speaks a lot to you, Ryan, but also to you guys, you know, and like the relationships that our characters have formed, you know, on top of the relationships that we've formed as people. It was just like, you know, the fact that it had that kind of an impact, I think speaks to how important this character was. And that's not just like, you know, because I made this character, you know, it's like we made this character and then you guys sort of brought him to life. And then, you know, for that to be like the way that his story ended, I was like, it's just, it was so like bittersweet. Like it was really tough to like accept that. I was like, okay, you know, he's done. But also like, what a beautiful way to go, you know, for him. Like for him specifically, I don't think there's a better way for him to go out. He had these, like all these things that I wanted his character to be able to show, like, you know, that ability to take a hit, step in, right? With something he'd never used. He could use that once per long rest at any point in the campaign. He was just never going to use it. And then finally having the moment where he's like, no, I need to protect, like finally somebody has my back. Theren has my back. And we had sort of already metaphorically sort of shown this like sort of brotherly relationship that they'd built with each other in different ways. And I think it was like for him an ability to like rewrite what happened, you know? And it's like, I just can't tell a better story than that.
The one thing that I thought was really thematic about the whole scene was they solidified their friendship with the blood pact, and they ended.
I thought the same thing. As soon as I was like, "There's the blood flowing," I was like, "It's the blood pact," you know? It's like that moment again. And then I think that like one of the reasons I wanted to, like, I was like, I you know, in the backstory, we didn't talk a ton about it in this. We talked about it some, but like that, you know, I had written this whole backstory of like what happened between him and that scene between him and his brother when, you know, he kills his brother, and it's like he's laying there. But in that scene as well, they were both dying, but he had been the one that delivered that blow to his brother. And then he thought, this is going to be the end. We're both going to die, and that's for the best. And then it's like getting to rewrite this, something he'd regretted forever, being able to be like, no, we're both dying, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that it's not both of us dying, that like one of us walks away from this. And that choice, I think, is like in a way what saved Tannis. He dies, but it's a Darth Vader moment in like a weird way, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's going to make a huge impact on the show, on listeners, and I know for a fact that it's going to be probably one of my favorite episodes in Cast Party history. With that, I would just like to leave with a wonderful thank you to my party and my cast. I love y'all. This is so much fun. And I say it at the end of every friggin' outro. I have so much fun with this dang campaign that it doesn't even feel like a production to me. And it's just getting together with my homies and playing some D&D. So from there, I would love to thank all of the listeners as well for sticking with us for this long. Getting to know our characters, getting to know the story, and just investing yourself in this awesome little production that we got going on. And we will see you in the next episode, Christianless. Sad.
Ooh, it's been real, gang.
We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.